Hey YouTube, what's up? It's James here from jameshere.com. In this quick video, I want to talk about the 5 effective strategies to study Spanish and develop fluency in 2018. When it comes to developing fluency and studying Spanish, the most important thing is the first strategy, which is to study vocabulary. Studying vocabulary is very, very important when it comes to the Spanish language because vocabulary is what is used to help you communicate in Spanish, whether it's verbs, nouns, adjectives, also being able to know places and things. The more you study vocabulary in Spanish, the better you're going to become because you're going to be able to create sentences and be able to carry out a long conversation to communicate effectively with other native speakers of the Spanish language. The second strategy, which basically is to read books, magazines, and newspapers, is very important to your Spanish studying because that helps you to be able to read the words, verbs, and phrases to help you to carry out a conversation, to be able to communicate effectively with other people. The more you read from books, it helps you to build your grammar skills and also your skills to be able to write in Spanish and also to be able to speak and carry out effective conversations. Reading magazines too is also a very effective way because that helps you to be able to understand what's going on in the media in the Spanish-speaking environment, to be able to understand points of view and see how people write the Spanish in everyday, types of sentences or conversations, and also in different types of topics and subjects. And reading the newspaper is very, very important because that also relates to reading, because the more you read the newspapers in Spanish, the more you'll be more of a subject matter and understanding more about the cultural elements of each Spanish-speaking country, because most newspapers, whether in Spanish, talk about what's going on in the Latino community and also in Spanish-speaking environments with people, because the words are used and also subscribed in different ways to help someone to be able to improve their Spanish language, writing skills, and also they're able to communicate effectively and being able to understand what's going on in the conversation about a specific type of topic. And the third strategy, which basically is to listen to music in Spanish, is very, very important because that would help you to be able to understand more of the verbs, nouns, and phrases and how they're used in different types of songs. Like the Spanish artists such as Romeo Santos, Marc Anthony, Jennifer Lopez, Enrique Iglesias, and most of these singers, they sing 95% of the songs in Spanish, and 5% words will be in English, depending on the audience. So it's a good way to be able to listen to the verbs and nouns and how they're used in sentences. It also gets you to want to practice the language and to repeat the words that they're saying and to sing them out too as well. And that'll build on your study skill to be able to help you get to fluency in Spanish because you're more exposed to hearing the words and how they're used in sentences. And it gets you to want to participate and use them effectively. The fourth strategy basically is to watch television and movies in Spanish. Is a very effective strategy because that will help you to be able to see how the words, how they're used in conversations and sentences, and also to see how native speakers speak the language. And also it's a good way for you to listen to the pronunciation of the words and repeat the words and use them in sentences for your own hearing and understanding to help you to communicate effectively as if you are a native speaker and to practice it more. When it comes to watching Spanish in movies, a good way to do it would be to watch the television or the movie in Spanish, but with English subtitles, where you yourself, you're able to understand what they're saying in Spanish. And if you do have a hard time understanding, what you could do is you could put subtitles in English so you can understand exactly what the conversation's about or what's the context of the movie, which is going to help you to be able to communicate and also to build on your level of fluency in studying effectively Spanish. So that's a very good, important way to really to practice your Spanish is by exposing yourself more and more where this information is being used in everyday types of life and different types of settings. And the last one, which is number 5, and it's a very effective strategy, is immersion. When I mean by immersion is putting yourself out there, being in an environment which is a Spanish-speaking environment where there's people who speak Spanish, whether if you're going to a Spanish-speaking country for business, you're immigrating to a Spanish-speaking country for opportunities, or to visit family and friends, or if you're going there for leisure activity like a lot of tourists do. It's a great way for you really to study your Spanish, practice it, and also to develop fluency, because you're going to be exposed with people who speak the language, who are native speakers. You're going to be able to use the Spanish you know already and to practice it more and more each day. You're going to feel as if you're a native speaker because you're going to be forced to speak Spanish. And you're going to be very limited to English because not a lot of people in Spanish-speaking countries speak English. The majority of people speak Spanish. You might find a few English speakers there, but it's very, very important for you to really, really to put every effort to learn the Spanish and to practice it every day with the people while you're doing an immersion program, whether you're doing study abroad, or if you're going to a Spanish-speaking country for business purposes, or doing something in particular related to your profession, or you're doing something for leisure. It's a great way for you to really practice your Spanish because you're able to do everything that I said, from read books and magazines and newspapers in Spanish, study your vocabulary. You're able to watch TV in Spanish, listen to music in Spanish. Everything that is discussed, you're able to put it all into one and use it in your immersion program by being surrounded by a Spanish-speaking environment. And I understand a lot of you guys are really, really interested in learning your Spanish or improving it. I highly recommend that you click the link below to learn about a program that I've been using to help me to learn my Spanish, to be able to get a further development in improving my grammar and writing skills in Spanish, and also to help me with vocabulary. The program is really good. It's going to help you out. And I just want you to really click the link right now to find out more information about it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment inside the comment section, and reach out to personally at support@jamesierra.com. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to assist you with anything you have. Just want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Thank you and have a good one.